Hey Inspired Poets. So today I'm coming to you with a video about getting back into the flow of writing if you haven't written anything for a while. I know for me, I don't think I've written anything since March. And there's definitely been a lot of craziness going on in the world that I've been processing, but I haven't taken the time to write anything down really. So right now I figured I'd take some time this evening to get more in the flow of writing again and just processing a lot of thoughts that I have about the world. And as I'm doing that, I figured I'd make a video to give you 3 tips to help you get back into the flow of writing if you haven't written in a while. So tip number 1 is make sure you're in a comfortable environment. So for me, I like to write outside because I feel like if I'm in one environment that's outside that's not really helping to motivate me to write anything, I can easily just go walk somewhere else where there might be another scene and maybe it might spark some inspiration. So for you, figure out the place where you feel most comfortable writing and where you feel most focused and where you feel most creative. Tip number 2 is don't judge yourself for not writing for a while. Honestly, I believe that part of the writing process contains observation. So I feel like the entire time you haven't been actively writing, you've still been taking in the environment that's around you and processing thoughts about things that are happening or things that you're seeing. So just consider the time you haven't been writing as part of an observational phase that's preparing you to start writing again. So step number 3 is don't pressure yourself to make something perfect when you actually do sit down to start writing. So for me, something that I like to do is I like to do a little prompt exercise where I'll just make myself write for 5 minutes, but I don't necessarily think about what I'm writing. I just write the first thing that comes to mind. It doesn't matter if it makes sense. Everything's on the table at this point. You just write whatever. The goal is not to create a masterpiece. The goal is to simply write something. And even to give you an example, something that I wrote right now is, the world is heavy, the flowers are purple, time is moving on. It doesn't really make any full sense together. They're separate lines. It doesn't really flow, but it was just thoughts that I had on my mind right in the moment. Like I said, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world, so I felt like the world is heavy. Then I looked up and saw a bush with some purple, they're not even flowers. I don't even know what kind of bush it is. I'll figure out what kind of bush it is, but I wrote the flowers are purple, and time is moving on. And then time is moving on. It's just, I haven't been writing. My writing's been stagnant, but the world has been moving and time has been moving, and that's it. So hopefully this video was helpful for you if you haven't written anything for a while. I'm actually going to take some time right now and write a little bit more, but I wanted to make this video for anyone who's having trouble writing first. And as always, live life, write poems, inspire the world.